All right, so for this project, we are going to be making a watercolor crystal cluster. We are going to be using watercolor paper, but if you don't have that at home, just use the thickest paper you have possible. Any kind of thick paper, like construction paper works great if you have it in white. Just the thicker the paper, the better, since we're using water on this. If you use too much water, it can actually rip apart the paper you're working on. So you just want it to be the thickest paper you possibly have. Any kind of watercolor set will do. This is just the only watercolor set that they had at Five Below when I went to go pick that up yesterday. I think it was $5 if you are interested in getting your own, but just the simple 8-color pack that, like what we use in class, works perfect. So any kind of watercolor set that you have, use that. You'll need a watercolor brush, something kind of not too tiny, just enough to get water on it so we can spread it around the paper, and obviously a container for water. I just have a mason jar. You will need either painter's tape or masking tape to tape down your paper onto whatever surface you're working on. If you don't have this, that's fine. Don't use Scotch tape. Scotch tape will ruin your paper and rip it apart. Make sure it's either painter's tape or masking tape. If you don't have this, your paper will just curl up as you're working. That's okay. You might need to place some heavy objects on the corners of it to keep it down. But the only reason we're using the tape is just so it doesn't curl up. When your paper curls up, once it's dry, you can just put some heavy books on it for a day. It'll be good to go. It'll flatten it out. But don't use Scotch tape if you don't have this tape. You'll need a Sharpie or any kind of permanent marker, a pencil, eraser to get rid of our mistakes, and a ruler or some coffee if you are working early in the morning like me. No, don't have coffee, only if your parents say you can. But anyway, that is all you'll be needing today, and we are going to go ahead and get started. You should also see a handout before you look at this video on how to draw your own crystals. So I'm not really going to go over that since that's in the handout. I'm just going to go over the process of coloring the crystals, and I'm giving you two videos. The first one, we're going to use watercolor. So this is the video where we're going to use watercolor to color our crystals. I understand some people don't have watercolor paints at home, so I'm going to show you also how to use markers, which I will talk about in the second video today. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is, if you have any kind of masking tape or painter's tape at home, what we're going to do is we are going to mask off the edges of our paper so that our paper doesn't curl up. I'm using typical watercolor paper, but if you don't have any thick paper at home, you can just try this on basic computer paper. The reason we're going to be taping this down is so as the water dries, since we're putting water on this, the paper is going to want to curl up and get all funky, and we don't really want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to tape it down on the edges. So I'm going to use painter's tape that I have. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a pencil, and I'm going to draw my crystals. So for this one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a crystal cluster. So to start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the tops of the crystals. And then from there, you can either freehand this, or I'm going to use a pen or a ruler. You are going to start with your lowest crystal, which probably be this one. And you are going to draw the edges down. Okay? And you want to make sure you don't really move your ruler that much. See how once I draw the first line, I just kind of scooch it over. I don't move it like this. Because if we do one edge of our crystal this way, and then I'm just going to do this so you guys can see. Adjust the angle a little bit. So say I adjust the angle like this and come in. That gives me kind of a funky crystal, which is fine if you want that kind of look, but I want mine to look nice and straight. So I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to get rid of that. My basic crystal shapes. So what you want is you want to add some vertical lines. If it were a cylinder, we wouldn't be drawing these straight lines like this. They're actually, if you looked at them on top, you would see more of like maybe like an octagon or a pentagon shape. So what I'm drawing is I'm drawing lines since these have little edges where the light will hit differently. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a Sharpie, if you have one available, and I'm gonna trace over all of my lines. If you have a thin Sharpie, that works even better, but I don't have one available right now, so I'm just gonna use a regular Sharpie, and I'm just gonna go over all of my pencil lines. Alright, so I finished tracing all of my crystals. And again, I just want to remind you, if you used a Sharpie, that's awesome. If not, a pencil is just fine. Just make your lines dark enough to where you can see them when you're painting. Right. Do not use any kind of water-soluble marker, such as like just a regular magic marker that's in color black. I say that just because we're going to be using water on this, and the water will just make that marker bleed if it is a washable marker. So it needs to be permanent. It doesn't have to be Sharpie brand, but just a permanent marker works fine. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to start with the watercolor, and this is just a little watercolor kit that I got from Five Below. I think it was $5. But it works pretty well. If you guys have just like the typical 8-color watercolor packet, that's fine too. Any kind of watercolor paints you have are great. I just have a little typical jar of water, a little mason jar, which I'm going to put right here off to the side. I don't want it on my paper just in case I drip water. But what I'm going to start with is I think I'm going to make my crystals, I think I'm going to do pinks and purples today. Kind of the color I'm feeling. So to start with, I'm going to start with a lighter color. So I'm going to start with a light pink. And what I'm doing is I'm just taking my brush and putting it directly on, we call these cakes, the cake of watercolor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in different sections of my crystals. So I'm not painting them all the same color. I'm just kind of filling in different spots. Okay, and then now I think I'm going to do some purple. I'm going to do a light purple. Kind of want some darker, so I'm going to go over to my darker purple now and see how that looks. Now I'm going to go to my pink, or actually, you know what, even better, why don't we go to this light neon pink. And then I'm going to come in here, make this nice and dark. And this time for my background, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a different color scheme than I used for my crystals. So since I use like pinks and purples, I think this time what I'm going to use is like blues and greens. I'm going to use some more cool colors for my background. So to start, what you want to do is just take your brush and just paint water. I'm literally just painting plain water around the crystals though, okay? So we don't want any water to get on our crystals at this point. We're just painting around those crystals. And then what you can do is I'm going to take some blue right here. I'm going to just tap onto the water I already have. I'm going to get some more blue. I'm going to tap away. Tap, tap, tap. And then maybe I'll get some green. Put some green in there. That'll look really pretty. Okay, I'm going to paint more water, and we're going to keep going around just painting water all over our page. Alright, so I dried mine a little bit with a hair dryer just to kind of speed that up. You don't have to. You can just let it sit for maybe an hour or two even, depending on how much water you used. And you need to wait till it's fully dry before you remove your tape. So I'm going to slowly... And notice even the paint tape will still pull up a little bit of paper. I'm okay with that, but I just want to remind you guys not to use any kind of Scotch tape because it will rip your paper apart. I would hate for you guys to work so hard on your artwork just to have it pulled apart. Alright, and there you have it. Those are your watercolor crystals. I will do another video on how to do the same kind of project but with magic markers next. Alright friends, stay healthy, don't go crazy being at home, make lots of art, go outside, enjoy your time with your family, and I'll talk to you soon.